How's it going? A few things are different today. So if I seem off my game, it's because I'm standing on like a different surface today. I'm not like I tend to like I'm standing on like a thing, and like I tend to wobble a lot and lose my balance, which is great. I don't. Uh, but I'm standing on like more solid ground now, so that's interesting. I changed the camera angle, and the lighting is different. I don't know. There's probably all these things that I guess hopefully they wouldn't be very noticeable. But all right, that's probably enough time wasted talking about things that no one cares about. Uh, who knows? People might start showing up in the near future, so I should kick things off. Uh, so I'll run the script for one thing, because why not? Hey, look, mountains and volcanoes and stuff. How thematically appropriate. Let me put that aside. Oh yeah, the other thing is I won't have OBS on screen anymore. Like I won't be able to. Like I'd move things around a bunch, so now when I switch over to screen cam, I just literally won't have literally just won't have it there. So that'll be fun. Let's see how that goes. Do I have to do anything else? No, I think we're good with setup work. So I guess you'll probably see a moment of OBS before I'm able to minimize it. And I'm going blind, so that's exciting. Uh, oh wait, hold on. Oh wait, actually. Sorry, it just occurred to me I can't see chat very well. Oh wait, I know what I can do. I'm just gonna rearrange things on my other monitor for a second. So if you'll bear with me. Alright, cool. Everything's fantastic. Now, I think we're good to go. So what were we working on yesterday? We were working on oh right, yeah, the system whereby characters, like I can basically hand the reins over to another character in the game at this point, and that character can act as game master. So there are a few things that I need to do. I think I probably jot some of them down in my backlog as I was working yesterday. Let's see if that's the case. It would certainly be convenient if it was. It's weird not having OBS visible, but it's also kind of nice to have the extra screen space, honestly. So yeah, backlog. Let's excuse me, sorry. So crowning a GM. We're kind of like halfway done with this. There's still things that we need to put in, so I'm not going to call it done yet. Oh, extracurriculars. Okay, so I have an idea of how I'm going to redo scoring. So I'm going to change this. Because I'm basically, yeah, so the way scoring works currently. Oh, I got a new notification. Fun. Interesting. I was tagged in like a tweet with a bunch of other people. Anyways, sorry. Yeah, so the way scoring currently works is like with the automated system, there's roughly an event every, what is it? It's every like let's say 10 minutes or so. It varies a little bit, but let's say approximately every 10 minutes there's a new event, and that event is worth anywhere from 1 to 4 points. Everyone who's present gets at least 1 point, but sorry. I was just I have no clue why I was tagged in that tweet, and it was weird because I don't know that person. But anyways, sorry. Right. So I'm gonna keep that. So that's what I like about the current scoring system, because I've kind of like balanced around that scoring rate. So like if people were to start gaining, experience faster than that, I'd have to change other things. So assuming like I don't feel like changing the scoring system, I think I'm gonna change one thing. It's gonna be like, so there's gonna be like so instead of the event cycle happening every like 10 or so minutes, It's going to be like, well, for one thing, it's probably going to be every 15 minutes. Because, I don't know, I like 4 per minute, or 4 per hour more than 5 per hour. Wait, no, 6 per hour. Whoa, wait, it's the difference between 4 and 6 per hour. Yeah. I think I'm going to balance around 15 minutes because I have a few ideas. So the gist is basically going to be that. So every like 15-minute interval, the following opportunities are available. You can get 1 point just for not even participating in an event. You can get 1 point just for going on this adventure. You don't even have to do anything. All you have to do is have your little dude walk across the screen, and by doing that, you're eligible for 1 point of experience. You're eligible for another point of experience if you actually take part in an event. You're eligible for another point of experience if at some point during this interval you get nice on an event. And you're eligible for 1 more point of experience if at some point during this interval you get perfect. So that's 4 experience points. So I mentioned I wanted to kick it up over to 15 minutes instead of 10 minutes because I'm going to reintroduce the 5th experience point. The 5th experience point used to exist, and it used to be for initiative bonus. Instead, I think I'm going to So yeah, so the with the scoring system I just described, like with those four experience points, what could happen is on the very first event you get perfect, and then you're kind of done. You can just kind of like kick back, and that's fine. That's valid. But I didn't want necessarily to make that the point of the game. I don't want the point of the game to be like, get a perfect as fast as possible, and then just, chill out, do whatever. Like that is a valid playstyle, and it will actually be a high scoring playstyle. The 5th experience point I want to give for participation. So if you participate in every event, it might not be literally every event. It might be like if you participate in like 90% of events or something, or like if you like, yeah. And I think there's also going to be, just like in case the GM has to like accidentally cancel an event, it's only going to count events that are like over a certain duration. So that's what I'm thinking for the new scoring system. And then so the fun thing is in the old scoring system. Oh yeah. Yeah, so excuse me, in the automated event system with no GM, I think scoring will remain relatively unchanged because there only will be 1 event per like 15 minutes or so. So yeah, the only thing that's going to change is the interval slightly. Oh, the interval would change a little bit. Huh. And I actually liked the interval how it was. I think the timing is actually pretty good. So maybe I'll just reintroduce the 5th experience point and balance around that because I do like that scoring structure, and I do like that that general pace to the automated system. I mean, I think the automated system is about as good as I can get it, without just making more events, which I guess I should do as well. It's weird that I don't have OBS on stream, and no one has said anything in chat yet. It's an odd feeling. Oh, also the framing. I have OBS on screen just for a second because like I moved the camera a bunch, so I don't actually. If I accidentally like wander like out of frame, like if I'm accidentally over here at some point, I won't even notice. Hopefully, I won't wander that far. All right, sorry. Yeah, that's pretty important. That's what I want to do with reduced scoring. That's pretty important, so I'm leaving it bold. Crowning a GM. These are like kind of like, sort results by influence. Yeah, that'd be good. Oh, yeah. Huh. It's getting to the point that I might want to start optimizing how the events are processed, because right now, oh wait, hold on. Sorry, this is super important. Sometimes I lean off camera, and I don't know how far to lean in order to get off camera anymore. Oh wow, I'm like always on camera. Oh wow, and then it just messes up. So that's weird. All right, pardon me. Sorry. Uh, I apologize for the brief interruption. All right. I like how the universe gets all staticky. Not really, but okay. So, right. Uh, GM crown timed expire. GM crown timed expire. Yes, this is also a thing. Just so that basically, if the GM goes AWOL, like not necessarily like leaving the chat channel, but if the GM just kind of like gets incapacitated in some way, I think I'm gonna have it so that at like some interval the GM will be like prompted, like, "Hey GM, what's up? Like, what are you doing? What's going on? What's the story?" And then at another interval, the GM will probably get automatically ungm'd. Hey, event time. So gosh, what of these do I want to do first? Hey, I finished crowning the GM yesterday. I think that's everything that we actually finished yesterday. And then it was really buggy and it took me forever to get it working. But I think we did eventually get it working, which is the good news. So I should probably redo scoring first. I'm not going to call crowning a GM done yet, and then leave that as like a to-do item, and then I'll come back and clean it up and call it done later. So let's redo scoring, because this is going to be weird. This is going to be weird. Oh yeah, there's another thing that I don't know which will be the better way to do it. Right now, there's a one of the things I did yesterday when crowning a GM was there's a special command for the GM to start an event, and there's a special command for the GM to end an event. And the command to start an event is hark! Exclamation point. Because that's hilarious to me. Sorry, excuse me. The command to end an event is I didn't actually come up with one yet. It's just very placeholder. And I was like, I don't know, for some reason it was difficult for me to come up with one. Sorry, just one second. It's weird having a panoramic camera. I apologize. But you can see my arms now, and when I gesticulate wildly, you can. I don't know. Okay. I don't like the command to end the event, so I think I want to make the event timed. But the thing about that is that the GM has to declare the event type, and I'm actually thinking of. I didn't actually think of timing the events first. The first thing that I thought of was possibly like just having the GM specify the event up front. They can just say the event type in the initial thing, and so what would happen there is that the players would know the event up front, the event type up front, which could be fine. I'm trying to think if the reason the reason I typically don't reveal that information is because it's not story information. It's mechanical. So it'd be weird for Trusty Bard to say it, kind of like it'd be weird for him to like say like a line like, "Hark, you come to a peaceful meadow, event type 0." It's like, that's weird. What does that mean? It'd be confusing, I guess. But maybe if the GM has to say it, then maybe that's fine. Oh. Huh. There could be different, like, initiating phrases. Like, hark could, no, I like hark. Yeah, right. So I'm thinking, anyways, I don't need to figure it all out now. The reason I mentioned that is just because I want to consider that. Hey, Zara Maverick, how's it going? Welcome. Did I mute the microphone? That'd be funny. No, I'm pretty sure it's just the Twitch bug, where you have no audio. Or maybe you just, oh, you're at work. uh, so wait, I'll just gesticulate wildly. Hi, hi. um, I'll pantomime my entire I'll act out the dead. I don't know. I don't. I, um, um, all right, so I'll get interesting. Right. So the thing. So like timed gem events or like GM events predefined and timed. I'm not sure I want to do that, but I think I might. We'll find out. Hey Don, how's it going? Welcome. Hey. All right, and so yeah, is there anything else that I want to jot down before I jump into scoring? Because there are a few things I don't want to remember to come back and finish. So, I'll just okay. So GM crown timed expire and voluntary. These are kind of related. These are just two ways for the GM to give up the crown. So voluntary relinquish. I don't know. So that way, like the GM has a command so that they can basically like abdicate their crown. Well, well, if you could only choose one thing, if you can only choose one, so what yeah, so scoring, I guess. On to scoring. Uh let's get started. Oh gosh, this is gonna be a big refactor. This is gonna be a big change. It's gonna be a lot involved here. So yeah, so how do I even go about this? I guess and like is it gonna be weird that like what like is so okay, so one thing I haven't figured out is whether the intervals are going to be obvious. Like I could have Trusty Bards literally say something so that people know when it's a new interval, or else we could just it could just be like under the hood and hmm. Oh, this is weird. Because now how does multi work? Like like the I was saying earlier about like the nor like if you get nice, you're eligible for one additional point. If you get perfect, you're eligible for one additional point. But I think actually when I say that, I think that's what I mean is like if in the old system you would have been eligible for 3 points, you're eligible for one additional point, and if in the old system you're eligible for 4 points, you'd be eligible for one additional point. Because the way multi works, it actually averages your score, so you could get like perfect, nice, and then like the normal rating, and that would average out to nice. So even though you technically like got perfect, or like one of the actions you took was like perfect, you didn't average out to perfect. So that would actually be a case where you're not eligible for the 4th point. Um, that that's fairly trivial though. Uh, Gosh, yeah, this is going to change a bit. So, yeah, so the other thing I was thinking is that, like, if the individual experience points are, like, metered out now, um, maybe instead of saying, like, +3 experience at any given time, like, maybe it should only say each experience, maybe it should only say, like, one experience point at a time. But then, like, I don't know. One nice thing about the current system is that there's one event and you can get like 4 points from it, or like in the new system I guess 5 points from it, and if you do, you you get a big chunk of experience all at once, which is kind of nice. You know when to look for it, you know when to see on screen that you're earning experience. Huh. Yeah, it's like there's just gonna be like a little bit of there's a degree to which like like how are we earning experience? One might ask themselves, and that might be a bit unclear. So, uh, I I don't, I guess I don't really know a better way to set it up. So maybe we'll just go that way with it. Uh, I mean, I guess Trusty Bard could say, no. I was gonna say Trusty Bard could say like the whole thing at the end of the interval, like he could actually say it in chat, but that only works for a limited number of characters because once there are too many players in the game, then Trusty Bard won't even be able to say everyone's name. So, yes. How's the mod becoming GM thing working? Yeah. So I am working on that now. The fundamentals are set up, and now I will rework scoring to accommodate. Exclamation point. Oh, that's 2 exclamation points. That's too many exclamation points. Exclamation points. All the exclamation points. Right. Yeah. All right. I should start working. I should start reworking the scoring system now. So, oh gosh, there's this whole like event time system, which I'll preserve. I won't change the event time. I won't change how event time works, but I will replace some instances of event time with this new value, which is like interval time. Oh wow. If I call it interval, that'll be really confusing because I think I abbreviated initiative to like INTV or something like that. I remember this. Yeah. Because whenever I saw initiative, I always thought it was like an abbreviation for interval. So, yeah, that'll be fun. Maybe I mean, I could just take out initiative. Maybe. I don't know. How will the whole verb showing? Yeah. So wait here. I can give a quick demo of how this works. So, crown. Actually, I'll use binrebot. Binrebot. We need you. Binrebot is another robot. So, whoops. I actually don't need. I don't need to bookmark my entire stream page. I should just bookmark the chat channel because that's all I ever actually used binrebot for. So, binary.chat, I think is how you get there. Or binary/chat, I think is how you get there. I'm just going to update my link real quick. Don't mind me. Okay, so binary.bot I think is here. So, alright, so crown binary bot. Oh, we're in the middle of an event. So actually, before I do this, I should conclude the event. Event concluded. Yay! Event concluded. All right. Crown binary bot. And then if I do that, oh, binary bot hasn't entered the game yet. No such player. All right. I have to wait till I get the join message for binary bot. Which takes a minute to come through. Normally I wouldn't like be crowning someone right as they arrive, so this is just for like testing purposes. It's not even very convenient. I should just crown myself, I guess, probably. Come on, binary show up. Oh, am I not signed in? Maybe that's what I'm sending in. Testing. Oh, I'm not signed in. Freaking. Alright. Great. Great. Alright, I'll crown myself. Whatever. Hail, Game Master Binary. I'm here to assist. Hark. Spontaneous event appears. will you show action tags or nah? So so if you had audio, you would have heard the event noise too. So yeah, I'm just controlling the I'm controlling the game through chat now at this point. So if I had another if I had another horse in this race, like if I had Binrybot. Hold on, I'm gonna assign in Binrybot because it's gonna be useful for testing later. I'm gonna just switch over to Facecam for a second, and I'm gonna turn off the audio because I don't know, whatever. Just for I'm not going anywhere. I'll be right back. Well, you'll see my face, so you'll know I'm not going anywhere. All right. Wow, my face is huge in this view. I might scale that down a bit. Too much face, maybe. Sorry. 1 second. Sorry, I'm like super paranoid when typing in passwords, and apparently I typed in wrong. Hold on, sorry, one more time. Sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, now I have yeah, so something that just occurred to me, I actually don't know what's going to happen if I try and end the event without, oh, you know, I can just conclude the event manually. I'm pretty sure this will still work. Yeah, event concluded. There we go. Alright, cool. And then I'm going to uncrown myself. Crown. Thank you, Benry. Yay. Okay. That's just the command for there not to be a bar. Oh. I mean, I should. Whoops. I should probably handle errors in that command better, because like if there is no GM and I accidentally trying to point no GM, then right now I think Trusty Bard would just say thank you. I will take the lead now. Thank you, and then like a blank space. All right. But at least now I can test stuff, so I got that going for me, which is nice. No, yesterday I was supposed to stop saying that, so I should stop saying that today. Okay. Back to what we were doing here. So I'll just leave initiative as it is, and I'll just literally call this interval, and I'm probably gonna confuse initiative for it at some point. Hey, respect controllers, how's it going? Welcome. So interval time, I guess, equals for starters nothing, I guess, 0 for start. So interval duration equals, I was saying 15 minutes would be like a good duration for the intervals, I think. Oh, but I was also saying, oh yeah, no, just because I changed the just because I have the intervals at 15 minutes doesn't actually mean I have to change how the automated events work. They could still happen more frequently. It just I don't know, that's a little weird. I don't know. I'll just assume it's fine for now, and I can always tune it later as needed. Like worst case scenario, I can always just change the yeah, no, I can just rebalance the scoring around this. So this is gonna be fun. Okay, so interval duration equals 15 minutes. What is 15 minutes in seconds? I think it's 1800. I can double check though. calculator, please. 60 times 15. Yeah, it's oh, wait. Oh, really? Oh, wow, 1800 is half an hour. Okay, so no, only 900. I could have figured that out in my head, but whatever. I'm doing all right. We got some stuff working yesterday, which was neat, and yeah, so there's a lot of I have a lot to do right now in terms of getting the scoring system to work. And the weird thing is that when I finish this, like, nothing will seem very different. Like, there won't be like a shiny new feature to show off at the end, which I don't know. It would be nice hypothetically to have that, but I'm not super worried about it. Okay. So interval time 0, interval duration 900. What else do we need? We need to start keeping track of players, like the points that players have earned so far. So I should probably just keep track of like I'll say interval or like interval markers or something. No, interval points, I guess. I don't know. Equals false, 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 and that is attendance, participation, nice, perfect, and consistency. So like I was saying, these are the 5 points that you can earn. You can earn 1 just for showing up. You can earn 1 for participating, 1 for getting nice, 1 for getting perfect, and 1 for participating in like all the events, not just like one event or whatever. And this is how we'll keep track of who has gotten what points so far. We'll want an easy way to rinse this too. It'd be nice if... So should we keep track of this not per adventure, or should we keep track of this like separate from adventurers? Maybe? Yeah. No, that's fine. So... Alright, let's... Oops, what is it? It's not meant to do that. So let's actually get rid of that. I mean, we'll basically reconstitute the same thing somewhere else. Because we will keep track of it on the basis of players, but more like events, how we keep track of players' participation in a separate dictionary, we'll do the same thing for intervals. And that way, at the end of the interval, we can just like throw out the old interval dictionary and start over. I think that'll be the way to go. Yesterday I streamed for 11 hours, and I actually only meant to stream for like 9 hours, so if you asked me yesterday will I stream for as long as yesterday, I would have said no. And today I'm probably going to say not as long as yesterday, but I do plan on streaming for a while, so I mean I just got started like less than an hour ago, so I'll be on for a while. Where was I writing this stuff? It was further down. It was down here. Interval time. So I'll actually start naming my dictionaries better. Interval dict equals dict open close parentheses. All right. So now whenever a player takes it's when we at the end of the event is when we'll the end of the event is when we'll process the additions to a dictionary, because that's when we actually assign the points. I am from the United States. Yes, I'm in like New England. I'm on like, so it's like, if you're unfamiliar, it's like the east coast of the United States. It's kind of near Canada, kind of. I'm really bad at geometry. I'm really bad at geography, so when people tell me where they're from, I don't understand what that means a lot of the time, and so that's why when I say it, I explain like kind of in relative terms where where I'm located. But maybe you knew that already. All right. All right. So, what were we doing here? Yes, the interval dictionary. So the other thing that we need to do is we need to like reset the interval dictionary. Oh. Huh. Something else just occurred to me. Like it doesn't have to be like one giant interval. Like it doesn't have to be that. Oh. Oh. Huh. Well. Yeah, no, it just occurred to me that there doesn't have to be like the clock hand doesn't like have to like strike a certain number in order to reset these intervals. Instead, like hypothetically, we could just calculate this on a point by point basis. So like the nice all right, Axel clothing, interesting. I will look out for that. Oh my gosh, I streamed for way too. Oh, whoops. Sorry, you still don't have audio. Arg. I accidentally streamed for 11 hours yesterday and did basically nothing else. Assuming I don't overstream today, I will check it out. Sorry, face. All right. Yeah. So, what is? I'm trying to get this system to be as least weird as possible. Because, like, right now, it's going to feel fairly... Yeah, so the nice thing about the current system is that, like, your experience correlates pretty closely, and, like, pretty closely, I mean pretty exactly to whether you get, like, nice, perfect, or whatever else. Hey, event time. And I'm trying to think of like what we're losing that, and I'm trying to think of like what is the least weird way to lose that. I guess I don't know. I guess I just have to like kind of let it go, and hopefully people won't be as concerned about it in the new system, because I can't. All right. Well, okay. So this was just one idea for how to set up the new scoring system. I could, of course, like continue thinking of like new scoring methods. Like one of the other ones, like before I came up with this one, I was thinking basically the events themselves. Actually, maybe I should go with this other one that I had actually thought of first, but for whatever reason, I don't know. So basically, yeah, the other thing I was thinking is maybe like the event system itself, like scaled with like number of or like with frequency. Yeah, so yeah, okay, so the nice thing about this other system is that like okay, so right now there's an event every like 10 minutes or so. I've said that a million times, but sorry, it's pertinent to a lot of what I'm talking about today, just for relative terms. So I apologize if I don't say it like literally every time. Or if I apologize if I do say it literally every time. The way this other system would work is that hypothetically, if there was an event before the next 10, like so, like if there's an event, if the GM initiates an event before the next event normally would have occurred, there would be a like the event wouldn't be worth as much. So yeah, maybe this is the better way to go. Well, oh yeah. Actually, I was thinking about this other approach that got me on that the first approach that I had been talking about. Excuse me, because if there if there are a ton of like so okay so right now the you get 1 point for participation. Actually, no. You know what? I should do both of these things. And actually, yeah, because the way I came up with sorry, maybe I should have written this down for myself because the reason I came up with the other system was thinking about this first way, and I think I think the solution is actually to incorporate both of them. The intervals were to kind of to like even out the scoring system so that like any one player didn't like get completely like locked out of gaining experience just if the event if the okay so like just to recap, events happen 10 minutes and are worth like a maximum of 4 points, for example. These numbers are subject to change, but like so let's say an event happens every 5 minutes, like the GM is initiating an event every 5 minutes. What happens is that those events are only worth maximum of 2 points because you know it literally just halves it. So if an event is only happening every 2.5 minutes, then that's like the minimum, and then each event is only worth 1 point. But so in order to like adjust this the scoring there, I think basically what would happen is that the there's okay so there's the introduction of 0. So right so yeah. Okay, so for surplus events, you don't get the bonus point just for participating. Right, because this event is like definitively surplus. It's like happening before like it's happening too soon, and so okay. So actually, that one's pretty straightforward. So then the scoring system there is just instead of yeah. So okay. So in that case, you get 0 points just for participating. But if you get nice, you get 1 point, and if you get perfect, you get 2 points. So that's that one's easy enough. And then like the 2.5 minute like one is slightly weird because maybe I should just come up with like oh yeah okay well All right, I think this is going to be a little complex. So instead of having like a major interval for all of the possible point gains, I might make a smaller interval for point gain, wherein, oh man, I kind of want to do all of these things, which is slightly awkward, because it's going to be a lot of work. But I guess, yeah, no, I did kind of recognize that it would be a lot of work. Hey, Jabu Bob. Hey, how's it going? Welcome. So, so, Zero Maverick has the right idea. Stay as young as long as you can. All right. I guess, all right. I think the idea is like kind of starting to come together. So, so we need a lot of intervals. We don't just need one major interval. We need like an, okay. So basically, hey, Mark Lander. All right, so there's gonna basically okay. So there's gonna be like a basically a rate at which points accumulate, and I'll have to come up with like a scoring rubric for every possible points value. So like let's say I start drawing this out somewhere. I can just comment it in, I guess. All right, so so if there's 0 points in the points pool, then surprise, nothing's worth anything. Or nothing's worth. Yeah, there are no points to be given. No points ever. No points ever. If there's 1 point in the scoring bucket, then if there's one like available point in the event points bucket, then you get 1 point for perfect. If there are 2 points in the points bucket, then you get. I already said this one out loud. 1 point for nice, 2 points for perfect. If there are, and that's not 3 points because you literally, you get it's not like the system I was talking about before, where it's like the points are available um, based on based on oh gosh, sorry, I'm just throwing things. I don't know why I have my stylus. I'm not working on art. I think I just have it as a prop because I like holding it. All right, so 3 points in the bucket. Then 1 point for for participation. 1 point or 2 points for nice. Yeah, so I guess this is fairly straightforward. It just kind of like ramps up. 2 for your. I'm so bad at typing. 2 for nice. 3 for perfect. All right, so this is fairly straightforward. I misspelled perfect. Delightful. And then for 4 points, 4 points is like what we have now. All right, so yeah, that's simple enough. But then the other thing that I want is the major interval, because I actually no, you know what? No, I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave out the major interval. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to leave out the major interval entirely because I'm actually going to handle that separately with. All right, so there's a task that I had here that I renamed, but I think I'm actually going to put it back in, and I still don't have a good name for it. I'm calling it extracurricular. But it's actually going to be like how I redo the that extra the point for just for attendance, like not the point for participation, just for the point for attendance. So the the yeah, so I won't even worry about that. Yeah. So does this keep scaling up? Like when you get if there are 4 points in the bucket, huh? Because I mean hypothetically, like what if there were like 10 points in the bucket? I guess that's fine. I guess there could be, huh? Well, so the interesting thing about this is like if it's just if the bucket empties every time, then oh, the bucket doesn't empty every time. Yeah, no. Okay. Yeah, no, if the bucket accumulates up to like over 4 points, then it will just keep using the maximum number of points it can use. And I might actually sorry, I was just thinking I might actually keep I might keep well, you know, I just implement this and and see how it feels, and then start worrying about how to handle it, how to handle like some of the other cases, because I keep thinking like, oh, will I want to do this? Will I want to do this other thing? And the best way to find that out is actually just to find out, to literally find out. Okay, so well, I guess this will be like event points. Actually, I can put this with the other event stuff. We have a section for that. Oh yeah, so we definitely don't need the interval dictionary anymore. I'll if I feel like coming back to this approach, which I kind of do, but in a different way, I'll just rewrite that, because that didn't take me a million years to write. All right. So event points bucket, whatever, or events points pool, I guess, equals 0 for starters. Should I save this value instead of just starting it to 0 every time we start the script? Like if the script crashes, then I might want to keep the event points pool bigger. Maybe. Again, I can worry about that later, but I might want to do that, because they could get annoying, because then crashes actually mean like, I mean, a substantive loss, which would be less fun. Okay, so event points pool equals 0. Event points phase I guess. Like how, or period, I guess. I mean cooldown, I guess. Sometimes like what I call it. Yeah, I guess event. So event point points cooldown, whatever, equals. All right, wait. So if it's approximately 4 points every 10 minutes, then you'd get 1 every like 2.5 minutes. So 2.5 minutes. I can do this one. It's 150. 2.5 minutes is 150 in seconds, right? Because 120 plus 30. Yeah, okay. Wait, why did I put a semicolon at the end of the statement? That's funny. I think semicolons are not harmful in Python because it sure lets me type them. I haven't tested that out yet though. So, all right. Event points pool, event points cooldown. Yeah. So then event points time. Event points time equals 0. And so yeah. So the first thing that we'll do is just at intervals we'll say we should do this before we initialize the event. Not that it really matters, but whatever. So if event points time is less than frame time, and this is really simple, all we do is say event points pool plus equals 1 and event points time equals frame time, frame time plus event points cooldown. Or CD. Alright, so now we have the event points accumulating. Now we just have to... Alright, this is actually simpler than all that other stuff I was planning on doing. So that's kind of nice. Because now all we have to do is we just have to go to the yeah, so... Huh. Alright, yeah, because the way we're handling it currently, the way the system works is it... Huh. Yeah, it... Yeah, I should, I think I'll keep most of it intact. Like, the way that the bonus, the event types are processed for scoring, I'll keep the same. Because that's kind of like how we, so like bdict, used to bdict literally used to keep track of, wait, bdict name? No. Wait, what am I thinking of? Bdict name. Bdict name equals 1. What? What am I doing here? I honestly don't remember what I'm doing here. I think I'm using the wrong dictionary here, so I'm thinking that's a bug. But no, because the way I actually use bdict is to keep track of. Yeah, no, that's got to be a bug. Hold on, sorry. I just coincidentally stumbled onto a bug. I just need to figure out what I'm actually trying to do here. Oh man, I think I just accidentally double used. Yeah, so this is one reason why you should not just use a single letter to keep track of your dictionaries, is that like this is clearly not supposed to be the same dictionary. Yeah, whoops. So, wait, bdict, used in the context of like player queue, what is this even supposed to mean? Qdict is Q, oh, bdict is like, bdict is for errors. So, I'm just going to call it like, what, it could just be anything else. It could be just, this is like if IRC, like I don't, like hypothetically know what player should be in the bdict, but like it should be an error if anything actually gets into the bdict. And so yeah, whoops. Let's just call it Oh wow, yeah, no, I never really named these descriptively before, so if I was going to name it descriptively, how would I? Thank you, Mark Lander. Sorry, I'm not keeping super close tabs on chat, but I am trying to, at least a little bit. Hold on, wait, let me try harder. Um, uh, so CZX, I don't actually take suggestions, so I'm gonna rinse your chat. Sorry, it took me a little while to get to it. I'm gonna rinse your chat. I didn't really read what you said because whenever read like you should or why don't you or whatever, I can't because I can't accept suggestions. Like I purge those. So it's kind of helpful if you could just avoid making suggestions in general. That would actually be really helpful if you could do that. So I would appreciate it if you could. Thank you. I just it's nothing personal. I just okay yeah. So I hmm. I do encourage questions though, so if you have questions about why I'm doing things the way that I am doing them, as long as the questions are not thinly veiled suggestions, then I am happy to answer that sort of thing. It's like, I don't know, it's probably one of my biggest pet peeves right now, is like, I feel like there's a better way to do this, and I just haven't figured it out yet. But when I do, I'll let you guys know, because it annoys me too, trust me. It annoys me a lot. Just like this whole situation, like the nature of interaction while streaming with like this like I don't know, it just feels like a really unfun like speed bump that I would like to smooth out. And I'm still trying to figure out exactly how. Anyways, right, so it doesn't matter what I name this to as long as I go in and correct the instances of it and not accidentally mess up the actual bdict, like the real bdict. I should probably like rename all my dictionaries. Maybe. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. All right, so find so replace text, pdict, player dict. So let's start at the top. Oh my gosh, this is gonna get referenced so many times. Oh, whoops! I hit the replace and find button. Undo. Pdict. Or wait, okay, hold on. Let's start at the very first instance of it. I can probably just do replace all. Probably. Oof. I'm definitely gonna have to restart the script after I make this change because I'm probably gonna accidentally break tons of things. I can probably like pdict. I can probably like that's a pretty unique phrase. I really wish like I could just refactor stuff. That would be really convenient if I could just like in some IDEs you can just like literally rename a variable, which is super helpful. Player dict. Yeah, I guess. Here goes. Yeah. That felt good. Felt cathartic. All right. So player dict. What were some of the other weirdly named ones? I guess I can rename them as I come across them. I guess, but I should. Yeah. Okay. The thing that I really have to do is to fix the bdict, which is not named correctly. So what's yeah? So all right. This is like I'll call it like ghost dict or something, because this is like when players like they're in the system but they're not supposed to be in the system, or they're not in the system but they're supposed to be in the system. Basically, if the player list falls out of whack, this is what fixes it. So let's all right. So I'll just call it ghost dict for now. So there should be relatively few references to this too. So replace that one. Yes, replace this one. Replace this one. Yeah, this is just a print, but whatever. Yes, that's fine. All right, so this is another instance where I actually want to be replacing of it. and then this is not. This is so okay. Probably the rest of the references to bdict are actual legit references to bdict, like the actual bdict. And so, yeah, what this is sorry, I don't like that phrasing. This is the bonus dictionary. What this is another way to say that is this is the bonus dictionary. So I'm going to replace all the other references, presuming that that is correct. That is the correct thing to do. And so then the other thing, I'll just, while I'm here, the adict I'll replace, that's the action dictionary. Alright. Replace all, replace find. Alright. I think that should be good. Hopefully. Or else I just ruined everything, and I guess we'll find out. So, right, so I don't want to change actually how the... You're right, I got into all that because I don't want to change how the bonus dictionary works. Because right now the bonus dictionary literally indicates like how many points each thing is worth. But it does that by indicating that that perfects are worth 2 and nices are worth 1. Because nices are worth 1 more than the normal amount of points that you'd get. So I'm just going to change kind of what that means. Oh, question about Pygame. Been trying it once or twice, but getting from Python to Windows XE seems really awkward, and I never made it work. Any tips on how to do it? I've never done that before, so unfortunately I don't have any first-hand experience with it, but I hear you can do it. Sorry. No, I literally just run this as a Python script. Like I haven't actually made an exe. I'll probably do that at some point. So if you tune in at some point in the future, we'll probably cover that eventually, right? Because it'd probably be more performant to run it in that manner than to run it just as like a a loose association of files or whatever, however it runs currently. That's a good question. Yeah, if anyone else has experience making Python into an exe, that would be cool. It sounds like that would be interesting to hear about. Okay, so sorry, I reorganized my desk a little bit. So if I seem slightly awkward today, it's because I'm slightly awkward today. Okay, so I don't want to change how the event system processes the bonus dictionary. What I will change is how those bonuses get applied. So that happens here, I think, because this is where we go over all the players in the player dictionary. Really? Why do we do that? Oh, right, because we usually give that bonus point. So we don't actually have to do that. Wait, what is this name tag equals 0 business about? Oh, we're resetting it because we're about to... Huh. I don't think this is necessary. I think this was probably necessary back when events used to interrupt name tags, but I don't think this is necessary anymore. Maybe it is. No, I don't think it is. Either way, I'll just leave it alone. Alright, but this is like the chunk that I want to change now. Right, because this is... Yeah, this I also don't want to change, because this, like, using the bonus dictionary, that's when, like, perfect and nice get appended to the text. Oh, yeah, okay, so... Oh, and we can still... Huh. So... Yeah. We can still... Alright, I'm gonna add in a new index for like, what stuff is worth. Because it'll scale, and we can still say how many points each thing was worth. I guess. Yeah. And then if something's worth 0 points, then we just don't say how many points it's worth, I guess. Because there's no point in saying, like, +0 experience or whatever. Uh, all right, so yeah, let's let's redo this chunk. Basically, like this is do all right, sorry. Do I want to still? There's no reason that I need to award the bonus points for to all players at the time of the event. I can do that entirely separately. I do want to do something about that, but I can do that entirely separately. So people are probably going to like think this is a nerf, but I'm probably going to change it so that perfect is instead of maximum of 4 points, I'm probably going to make it so that perfect is actually maximum of 3 points. And people are going to think that's a nerf, but it's actually because I'm going to move the other experience points to somewhere else. Whatever. They can complain if they want, and I will explain. I will politely explain to them why it's not actually a nerf. So let's get rid of a bunch of this stuff because there's a lot of this stuff that we actually just don't need anymore. Specifically the what? Okay, no. Right, so I could rename P key here to E key because at this point all we need to do edicts. I can rename edicts because that's another one of those things that I should rename. Edict is event dictionary, and it's a list of the whoops, I've replaced. Excuse me. Find all instances of edict and replace with event dictionary. Yeah, it keeps track of who's participating in what event. So, I mean, one quick way to change this would just be to change like because we're looping over player dictionary and then checking if they're in event dictionary, but instead we could just loop over the event dictionary. And so if I kept it P key, I could just change it to for P key in event dictionary, and then just get rid of this line. There was an else case there. The else case is the point where we award the presence bonus. So we'll get rid of that. And now we have to unindent this a bit because this is too indented. Is all of this? Yeah, all of this must be too indented, I suppose. Yikes. I guess. Shoot. Hold on, let me do that one more time. So when I get rid of so it was okay, yeah, so it shouldn't line up. Okay, yeah, so that parade thing is actually helpful. It'll be like kind of like it'll help me eyeball how far to unindent the rest of this stuff, because it's just this part that needs to get undented once. Yes. Okay. There we go. So what then? Let's I guess I think the rest of that is kind of okay. I think the rest of the whoa. The rest of this is okay for one of the cases. We do need to special case how many points we have in the points bucket. So do we just make one giant case and like repeat this sort of like process several times, or how do we do that? That your fan, you traitor. Yeah, there's no throwaway option in those multi events. At least not yet. No, there is one in, I guess, yeah, okay, so I did add one into yeah, so I could put a throwaway option in multi events. Because actually hold on, sorry. I'm just gonna look at this stream real quick because I don't think I've okay. Oh, whoa. Yeah, whoa, the space. Wow. Wait, why are the action tags spaced like that? They're supposed to be spread out on screen, but that doesn't seem very spread out. At least not how I expected them to be spread out. Because they're supposed to be, one of them is supposed to be exactly in the middle. One of them is supposed to be, well, they disappeared, but one of them is supposed to be exactly in the middle. One of them is supposed to be like at the 3/4 marker, and then one of them is supposed to be at the 1/4 marker. So that was weird. Hold on, let me look at that real quick. I won't actually restart the script, but that's one of those things that I keep nudging, and then every time I rerun the script, I'll like make a note to like go back to it. Because for some reason they just don't sit. They never sit where I expect them to sit. I guess maybe it's because maybe I'm literally using those values, and maybe that's what's weird. Maybe I shouldn't literally use like the 3/4 mark, and I shouldn't literally use the. Maybe I should like nudge them further towards the edges. Because they don't feel close to the edges, they just feel close to each other. So I can just like exaggerate that a little bit, just knock 100 off of each dimension. So, yeah. Or like add 100 to the greater dimension. Oops, I changed the wrong one. Oops, no. Undo. It's supposed to be 1390. And I guess 330. So then hypothetically, I mean, it could be that I just have this math wrong somehow. But if I have this math correct, then then these things will probably. Oh, derp! I'm a crazy person. It's because there's an action tag in the middle. So of course they seem closer to the middle because the action tag in the middle has actual width to it, whereas the edges of the screen don't have actual width to them. So yeah, that would explain that. So 330. How wide are these characters? These characters are width of 30. So 330, you can fit. Oh, that's a lot of characters. You can fit 11 characters just on either edge of this. That means this system could hypothetically support action tags as big as 11 characters. Hold on, let me think about this. Okay, yeah, no, I was wrong. Okay, yesterday, like, okay, so hypothetically, if you wanted to place 3 0-width items on screen at regular intervals from each other, then you would put one in the exact center, you would put one on the 1/4 marker, and you'd put one on the 3/4 marker. But that's not actually what we're doing. We actually want to divide the entire screen into thirds, and then put these things at the exact center of those thirds, which is different, because then we're actually putting it at the 1/6 and the 5/6 markers. Yes. Alright, I am a silly person. With a slight logical oversight, or arithmetic oversight, call it, geometric oversight, call it what you will. Alright, so, sorry, I don't know, little things like that. Calculator. Clear, so 1920 times, divided by 6 is what I meant to do. 320. Okay, so we're close. So it's 320, so we'll just, subtract another 10 here, and add another 10 here, so 1400. Alright, that should actually make them look spaced out regularly, rather than like kind of just clumpy towards the center of the screen. And so 320 means we can actually fit like if these action tags are because like 320, okay, so 860 minus 320, 860 minus 320 equals 540 divided by 30. Like these action tags can be 18 characters long. So I might even cap them at like 15 characters long. Because that's plenty. Like you don't need an action tag longer than 15 characters, unless you're trying to help the rebels to save your own life. Sorry. Oops. Sorry, I'm so awkward all of a sudden. Just like stepping on everything, bumping into everything. All right. Oh yeah, I was saying like I can fit 18, but I'll probably want it. I mean, maybe I'll do like 16 or 17, but like I want a little bit of space between the action tags so that they don't literally overlap either. All right. Cool. Okay, back to what we were doing before. So yeah, do I just case this entire chunk and just handle like each point's value separately, or is there like a mathematically salient way to go about this? Oh yeah, so for one thing, oh no, yeah, you know what? Okay, I should do different math ahead of this. I should special case the different math, and then I should use the different math in handling this stuff. Hey, new follower. Oops, I don't have OBS up, so I can't read who it is. Snow Drama, hey, welcome. Thank you for following. I appreciate your viewership and your support. Thank you. Hey. Sorry, I just rearranged everything, and I'm still getting used to it. Excuse me. So, yes, special math here. I'm gonna just keep track of like value. I'm going to keep track of the value, like basically like what things are worth, and it's fairly straightforward actually. So like yeah, so values equals 0 or equals 1, 2, 3. And then if points pool or what is it? No, event points pool. Event points pool equals 0. If there's nothing in the pool, then all the values are 0. Equals 0, 0, 0. You just don't get points. If event points pool, else if event points. Whoops! I put a space where I meant to put a underscore here. I do not have a donation thingy. I'm going back and forth about that. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Mark Lander. Yeah, I don't know what to do about donations exactly. I don't. The thing is, like, and maybe like I just have to like come to terms with like what is happening. Yeah, yeah, we did it, Trent. It happened. It's happening right now. I am kaiju. I have a short attention span if you haven't noticed. Yeah, no, the thing I haven't, like, maybe I just have to come to terms with the fact that I am a streamer and streamers take donations. The thing I keep telling myself though is that I'm not just a streamer. Not to say just a streamer, but like I'm not, like, streaming is not my main gig. Like, game dev is my main gig, and streaming is just something I do. And so the reason so far, the reason I've been drawing that distinction, or the reason that I felt that distinction is important to me, is that while I'm talking, I'm just going to be setting up that values, or it's a very simple rubric. Hopefully you'll be able to follow along just by what I'm typing. But yeah, I'll just take a moment to explain that. So I guess like the reason I haven't gone in that direction, I've certainly considered it, but the reason I haven't gone in that direction is I keep thinking that if I consider the stream my main gig, like I'm concerned that I might not I might let myself get distracted from the game development itself, which I feel like is I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like I feel like if I consider myself primarily a streamer who makes games rather than a game dev who streams, then like my focus will be about the stream at that point. And maybe that's fine. Maybe I should just come to terms with that. But like the reason I've been avoiding it is because I've just been telling myself that okay, sorry, I just remember something else. Is that in this case we also have to set event points pool back down to 0 because we're using all of the points. I just yeah. So like the reason I so far I've been aiming just for games as monetization, um, is just, I don't know, to maybe I just don't trust myself to I don't know. It's maybe like it might be something, like I said, it might be something that I have to reevaluate, because it's entirely possibly something that I just should be doing, and I'm not doing it. I'm not like if I do set up like a donations thing or something, huh. Uh, yeah. So, right. So yeah. I Some streamers get $20,000 donations. It's kind of crazy. It's like I like if I set up donations, I wouldn't even expect to get that sort of thing. But yeah, maybe I should. Maybe I shouldn't. Yeah, I shouldn't stress out about it. And then so yeah, I guess like the other thing that, so like when I start thinking about that thing, I start thinking about like, oh well, then how would I set something up like that? And so one thing I've been thinking of is like setting up a Patreon, because uh event points, points, pool equals 0, because like, well, so the nice thing about a Patreon is that it's a little more consistent. And so this is my dream about Patreon, is if I could get to like a certain pledge level, then I literally could make collaborative games all day, every day. And then I wouldn't have to have the stupid no suggestions policy, because it would just be open. Because like the only reason I can't take suggestions is because I need to be producing work independently so that I can actually like make a living wage somehow. But if I like actually had a living wage, then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, sure, whatever, let's go crazy, right? So that's one of the other reasons I haven't set up a donation thing yet, is because I intend to. Whenever I think about donations, I think about Patreon, and I start thinking about like going down that route. But I haven't made it all the way to the end of that road yet. So okay, so last thing we have to do here is we just need an else case, because if our bucket is like full, or like full enough that we had more than 0, 1, or 2 points in it, then we had at least 3 points, and so we're not going to empty the points pool. We're just going to subtract 3 points, because we're basically just going to use 3 points from the points pool at this point, at this time. So minus equals 3. I'm sure CZX, it'd still be exciting if you were getting those donations. I'm pretty sure that would still be exciting. Well, you don't need a massive following for Patreon, because like even if you only have one patron in Patreon, you still like that still works. Wait, hold on. What do you? Yeah, and I mean, they're not technically mutually exclusive either. Like you could have, because like Patreon is basically a way to say like, I believe in this person. I want to see this person's work develop. Like I want to see this person continue with their art, so that they can, they can grow as an artist and continue to produce works. Donations are more like, that was cute, here's a few dollars, or like, like that one thing you did, like that I appreciated. Like it was more of like there's less commitment, I guess. I don't know. With Patreon, it's like you're really like kind of you're saying like, yes, I have decided that this person, is not just a fluke. This is not just a flash in the pan. This is like actually a dedicated individual who I think will produce good art, etc., etc. All right, so yeah, now that we've changed this, we can use bdict as the index for values is the difference now. So anywhere we were using bonus dictionary to calculate these things, wait, act 1 plus. Yeah, okay, we don't even need to do the 1 plus anymore. Wait, what is this PB thing? It's been so long since I came to these parts. Like I set up the scoring system so long ago. Let me think. What does PV and PV mean? PB plus equals bonus dict A key. PB. All right, so this is a good argument for naming your values because I'll figure out what this means. I made it slightly secretive to myself. Uh, Add experience 2 plus PB. Oh, okay. No, PB is just because we're looping over per player. Okay, so PB is just like personal bonus or something like that. Basically, like or player bonus. Like how many, not just how many bonus points is that particular action worth, but based on the actions that player has taken. Oh, and that's because in the case of multi, we have to take an average of those things instead of just straight up using that value. Okay, so yeah. Okay. So what is PV? PV is how many. Yeah, PV is how many actions the player took. Okay, so that's interesting. So we can actually use PB and PV the exact same way. The difference is we're using PB as the index for our values array instead of whatever else. Is the difference. Excuse me. Hey, technically Will, how's it going? Welcome. Sorry, I've had like a really hacky cough lately, and I apologize for coughing on stream. I don't always have time to mute the mic. It's like, I don't know. Sorry, I apologize. Okay, but right. So like I said, so when we're adding experience, we don't have to do 2 plus whatever. Wait, 2 plus. 2 plus. Why 2 plus? 2 plus. Shouldn't it just be 1 plus? Have multi events might have been secretly giving people more experience than it said they were giving them. Unless I'm misunderstanding something here. PB is the average. Maybe. Or else this. Oh no, no, that probably is correct. Yeah, because that seems to be consistent. I just forgot to update this print. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be 2 because I'm changing all of this. But like that was the inconsistency. It wasn't the other thing. All right. So, but yeah, still, we don't need to be using. Oh, both of these prints were wrong. Oh, and I know why. Yeah, whatever. I'm getting rid of them anyways. Or I'm like changing them fundamentally anyways. So. Right. No, 2 plus PB is the new 2 plus PB is values index PB. Yeah. So I can replace this in most places. 2 plus PB. 2 plus PB. Oh. Huh. Right, but so values can now be 0. So there is some other stuff that I have to special case. Because like if gain is 0, then we don't actually want to show name tag. Yeah, okay, so that wasn't hard. That was pretty easy actually. But I do have to do that thing that I just said. All right, so yeah, now, okay, so all right, so this is where it gets a little funnier because now instead of PB, you use this whole bonus dict event dict p key thing as the as the index for values. So values index this whole crazy thing. All right, and then yeah, so in the places where it used to say 2 plus this, we instead say this. So when we add experience, we do it as such, and when we process gain, we do it as such, and then AQ. Oh, AQ. This is the part where we only really want to be doing this if gain. No, not just if gain is greater than or equal to. Yeah, no, just if gain is great. No. Not just if gain is greater than or equal to, because they might already be queued, and so we don't want to like. Yeah, gain. Okay. Yeah, no. Huh. Wait, hold on. I might want to double check to make sure. Oh, sorry. Was I I was tapping on my laptop and my microphone's somewhere on my laptop. I'm sorry if I was tapping on my microphone because that would have been awful, wouldn't it? Sorry, I'll try not to do that. Um, just like thunderous, like booming, like finger taps through the yeah. If you find it, Zero Maverick, can I have some? Like, I'm actually chilly right now, but even still, I would eat that much ice cream. um, what is that? 1 trillion pounds? A billion pounds? 100 billion pounds? I don't know. That last one wasn't a real number, but whatever. Okay, so yeah. Oh, whoa. Oh, yeah, okay. So, right. The PB and the bonus tick thing are like different. So, I guess I have to put these inside each of the cases for like multi versus non-multi. Yeah. Yeah, I think that is what I'll do. So indent this twice, and I'll say if here I'll say if the whole values, etc., is greater than 0, then we'll do that. And then same thing up here, except it's based on PB, not on that other business. Actually, no, you know what's even easier than that is, well, actually, no, I don't have to undo that. Wait, why am I still undoing? Instead, I could actually just shift unindent this. I could declare PB and PV. Actually, no, I can declare PV outside, because PV is specific to multi, but PB I can declare out here. You know what's funny is I don't think Python actually cares about scoping, but I keep all my scoping correct just because, I don't know, because I care about scoping. All right. Excuse me. Or like, I don't know how, I actually don't know how Python handles scoping, because it's done weird things with scoping. Like it's done things that like I feel like it shouldn't have done necessarily. All right, oh yeah, okay. So all we're gonna do here actually is say PB equals this whole whatever, and that's all we have to do here. Or actually, I won't cut that. Well, maybe I will. Or I mean, maybe I can get rid of that. All right, so yeah, PB just has to equal that, and then the other thing that we're gonna do now is like this whole thing, we can just like get rid of it, because now we can just oh, the print multi whatever blah 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 nah I can just sorry, I can just get rid of this, and I can actually put this outside of the rest of the stuff. I can just because now that PB is used in both cases, then I can just I can do this, I can do all this once. And actually, it's not going to be multi, it's going to be act. And act will just, like I used to differentiate between multi versus not multi, but there's only one event happening at any given time, so it'll be clear enough whether the scoring was multi or not. And multi-scoring has seemed to be working for a while, so yeah. So there. Oh, yeah, I keep talking to Zero Maverick as if Zero Maverick can hear me, but I keep forgetting Zero Maverick does not have headphones. Maybe if I like really like over exaggerate when I say his name, Zero Man. No. So are we done here? Was that all we need to do? Are we good to go? Golden? Oh no, okay. That handles like personal experience correctly, but we're not displaying the correct experience yet, because we're still using bonus dict to print like stuff and stuff. Oh, so this is going to be slightly funny. Yeah, because we only actually, at this point, we only actually want to add in the oh, huh, yeah, we actually kind of have this case set up already. Now that I think about it, because we in multi we don't show experience points. So, oh, in multi we don't show experience points. So is it gonna be weird if like if we don't show experience points when you only get 0 experience points? Because then it'll seem like in multi like they were all worth 0 experience points. So, huh. So maybe I should just skip showing experience points in these things altogether. That is an interesting conundrum. I don't know which is going to read better. Either way, it's going to be a little bit murky, but like in the one that provides more information, is the additional information going to just lead to more confusion than presenting no information and just letting people figure it out on their own? I wonder. I could just is there, oh, hey registration, how's it going? Yeah, my fingers get cold, and that's like one of my least favorite things. Like if I'm typing, like I can't tolerate cold fingers. I have no time for it. Plus they're nice, they're comfy. Oh, Watson, hey, how's it going? Welcome. Hey. Yeah, so I was just thinking how to present points at the end of an event. Like the event that just happened, if you guys were here when Trusty Bard said laughter, boasts, and contented cheers fill the grand dining hall. Nice feast, +3 experience, 1 adventure. I'm changing the scoring system, and it's going to be variable. It's going to be a little different. So maybe I should just I mean, the nice thing about having it literally say nice feast +3 experience, nice light +3 experience. Well, like, so for example, if it said like perfect feast +4 experience, and then like light +2 experience, like it would very clearly indicate like, oh, perfect was worth twice as much experience. And so it's nice to be able to present that information, and so that people can kind of like pick up on it. Maybe it's do you wear like an ice helmet for your literally temperature high head? you can call me Mr. Giggles. If I could have said that with a straight face, then maybe I could have said, you can't call me Mr. Giggles, but there's no way that I'm going to say that with a straight face, so sure. Yeah. I couldn't stop you. This is serious business, you guys. Let's I guess I could try it without and see. I could just try getting rid of the experience points altogether and seeing if seeing how I feel about it. Multi. Is it okay, so the other nice thing would be if I could just come up with a better way to convey experience points in multi. Like Is there? Yeah. So actually, yeah. But I got slightly distracted. But literally, what I was trying to think of is like, what's the symbol for as much as? Like, I know less than or equal to is like means as much as, like no more than, but like up to. I'm trying to think of how advertisements do it, because like when they say like everything in the store up to 70% off or whatever, like that sounds exciting, but what they really mean is like one thing in the store is 70% off and everything else is like 20% off or something like that. But it'd be nice if there was like a character for it, because I don't want to because like right now it says like +3 experience, and it'd be nice if I could make it say like that character 3 experience or whatever. Yeah, I mean technically the up to symbol is less than or equal to. Brackets with the missing bottom. Oh, is it like a mathematical thing? That'd be interesting. I mean, I guess if I add in a new character, I have to add it to my font. But that'd be entirely doable. Uh, Sorry, I just read the comment about the helmet with the hoses. Yeah, that'd be good for programming. I think having one of those beer helmets. Uh, um, I I'm actually not even supposed to be working on this project anymore. I'm supposed to be working on like a real project because I yeah, I've been procrastinating. Like literally at what was it? It was 3 weeks ago at this point. I was supposed to start on my other project. So I'm really behind schedule. So I'd be really hesitant to take on new projects right now. But I don't know. It depends how mini a mini game is. You also don't want me programming, by the way, because I'm a terrible programmer. Like if you hang out and chat for a little while, it only takes a short amount of time for an actual programmer to come in and be like, "What the heck are you doing? That is garbage." Uh, I program mostly because I don't have a better way. I don't have a programmer that I can just like, cha, make game, cha. So I just do it myself. Uh, all right. 5 or 10 minutes. That sounds doable. Oh, cool. Whoa, wow. Registration. You're smarts. This is apparently this registration's link for what are apparently the mathematical symbols for those concepts I was just describing. Let me see if I can show it on this computer too. Yeah. Look at that. Perfect. All right. What did I decide here? Did I decide anything? Is that what Italian whips sound like? Is it made out of? Is that the sound of like fine Italian leather? Is that? um, I did I decide anything here? I could just show experience points for multi events. Maybe that would be simpler. Or maybe I could even just say plus 0 experience. But like saying plus 0 experience is very in your face. It's very like it's like it rubs it in. It's just like I don't know. The whole like gaining experience thing is supposed to be emphasizing the fun aspect of it. So it'd be a little weird to dwell on the negative. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine to just okay. So yeah, I'll just say okay. So cur of multi. So if cur of multi, then we don't show experience points. Or if bonus. What is it? Bonus dictionary a key. If this as the index for values. So if values index this is less than or is if it's equal to 0, then we just omit it altogether. I think that should be fine. Oh, while I'm here, I might want to get rid of the trailing comma. Because I have this trailing comma, which I actually don't like. What's a better way to handle this trailing comma? Let me scroll up to okay, Trusty Bard. Cheers, fill the grand dining hall, period. Nice feast, etc., etc. Yeah, I was thinking maybe I could precede it with the comma, but no. Alright, so we're looping over a key. Oh. We could enumerate. Action dictionary keys. So we could say, yeah, that's fine. So for I, etc., in enumerate adict a keys. That's simple enough. And then we just say, we can just say, etc., etc. If I is less than, if I plus 1 is less than the length of Action Dictionary keys. Not a big deal, but it was just always a little. And some people have actually commented on the fact that there's a comma at the end of the thing where there should be a period. So whatever. Now, whoever that bothers will be bothered no more. So if that, then outro string plus equals comma. Oh, comma space. It could be comma space, right? Or is there? Shoot, I forget if this is comma or comma space. It's probably not going to matter, but no, it doesn't have to be space. The space is added on at the beginning. Right. Okay. And so then the else case is the else case is a period instead, because that is the programmatic method for correct punctuation. Oops, I'm scrolled up in chat. I'm not reading chat. Let me read chat. Oh yeah, Watson. It was nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Respect controllers. Hey, welcome back. All right, cool. It was nice to see your registration. I hope to see you again sometime. So, whoops, wrong. I hit save, but on the wrong computer. All right, so save that. And now are we done? Forever with everything forever? Maybe. Oh, so you know what I could do with the automated system? Instead of having like the regular timing, I could okay. Oh yeah, all right. Yeah, thank you, Watson. I will check out the site, and I mean the thing that you were talking about, it sounds interesting. I'm probably not in a good position to help out right now, but you know, if I could, I'd be happy to help in what way I could. So yeah, I'll check out your site, and should I share that link with other people, or are you just posting it to me? I'll share it with other people, assuming that whatever. Whoops. Hold on, let me just copy the link. This is the link that Watson posted. Okay. Oh well, that's not the exact link, but that. Oh, good. I'm glad you said that because I just shared it. Okay. So yeah. What now? We yeah, I could change other things now, but like I don't know, most things are actually pretty okay, I think. Oh, this is the point where this, like, the balance of the game has kind of shifted. So you might get weird things at this point, like the number of the points that you get for like a perfect is going to be slightly variable. So is there anything I need to do to like buffer that? Like, yeah, so the one thing I was thinking is that for the automated event system, I might not just go by event time. I might make it so for yeah, for one thing I should change how I use event time, because right now I use event time for the duration of the event as well as for the duration of the event and for the automated event system, but I should probably separate those two because they're like the conditionals that I use based on that event time is just really gnarly at this point. And I was just thinking about updating it. It's probably fine how it is. I could try, maybe I'll bring down the script now and give it a second to reboot and then just try running it again. Because I changed a lot of stuff, so it's entirely possible that I broke a lot of stuff. So if I leave that down for a second, when I bring it back up, it'll actually populate players. Whereas if I restart it immediately, sometimes IRC doesn't tell me who's actually here, which is fairly important information for a game based on everyone who's here. Okay, so that was mostly. Oh, okay, no, I haven't finished redoing scoring yet because I separated out the right. I separated out the like the attendance, whatever. So I mean, maybe I'll wait until I add in like the extracurriculars. Maybe. Ah, nah, nah. No, I should just keep track of that separately. Uh, oh. So if we keep track of that no, yeah, no, that's extracurriculars. Uh, I don't know. Yeah. This okay, so extracurricular is a system that I'm thinking of adding that hey Mark Lender, how's it going? Um I'm thinking of adding. It's not the like that's a terrible name for it. I called that because I haven't come up with a better name for it. It's basically like the way it's supposed to work is that if you like it's supposed to be like another way to gain experience, but not specifically just for participating in events. And because right now it's very I don't know. There's nothing to it. Like if you're not participating in events, you just feel very detached from the game. Or you are basically very detached from the game. Like you see your character on screen, and that's like literally all that happens. So one thing I wanted to change was to add a little bit of fanfare to it. Like just make it so it's like slightly more exciting. Oh, okay. So yeah, I should oh, huh. Yeah, how do I want to do this? So basically, I'm gonna have it so that there's gonna be maybe I could do this when I during the points interval. Yeah, I could do it during the points interval. Uh, because basically what I want to do is now I want to keep track of. Oh, and this would be something for. This would be part of the character's save data actually. So maybe I won't do it as part of save data. Maybe I will. Huh. Oh yeah, no, I know what I could do. Yeah, no, I know what I could do. Uh, yeah, I don't think I actually have to save this data. I can just make it entirely based on session. Is that fair though? Because if I make it entirely based on session, then if I'm restarting the script, I'll start it on per session data, and then if I need to, I can. Oh, that was the other thing. Speaking of save data, I was thinking of actually saving out the pool, the points pool, because uh, uh, yeah. All right, I'm going to. Well, so I can restart this script, although it's it's not like I was just saying. There are clearly things that I'm supposed to be adding to it, but let's for starters, let's at least get the script back running, and then I'll add those things that I said I was supposed to add to it, uh, such as. It should be based off how ill you are. Oh, that's funny. I guess chat is kind of on screen, considering. uh, anyways, okay, so, yeah, okay. Okay, first things first, I'm going to save out the points pool, so that way I remember to actually save out the points pool. And, that would be good. How's this going to work? I'll have to figure out how this works exactly. It's going to be weird. Like, cause there's, one of the things possibly, like, possibly using the chat channel. Well, maybe this is silly. Maybe I shouldn't be spending much time on this because, like, how am I going to? Because the question really is, like, how am I going to convey this to the player? Like, I'm trying to add a little more fanfare to the fact that they're gaining experience passively. Like, if they're gaining experience passively, like, I can't even tell if they're actually like paying attention. So, Yeah, maybe I should just wait for the rest of that. And so I'll just very plainly and very simply reinstitute the old passive experience, whatever. Yeah. So right, I'll just say what. Thank you, Mark Lander. It's it's one of those things that like when you're in the middle of it, it all seems like so murky and weird. But like conversely, it's a great feeling like once you are done with something and you can look back and be like, yeah, that is it. That is quite right. Today is since today we're working on mostly like under the hood type stuff, or like we're starting with under the hood type stuff. We'll get to other stuff later, but yeah, you don't get as much of that feeling. It's just once the whole project is done and it all feels great together, then that will be the payoff. That'll be the celebratory moment. So yeah, saving points pool. Saving points pool. Do I want to do this? I might. Yeah, no, I should. Nah, I'm not even gonna right now. I'll reinstitute the other point system. And then because I'm still not 100%. Like, the most you can really lose if like the most you can really lose in that case is a few points. And players don't actually lose those points. It's just like potential points, hypothetically. It's like hypothetical points are hypothetically lost. I don't know. I'm probably gonna go back and forth on that one. Because the other thing I don't want to have happen is I don't want if I mess up the math somehow, I don't want that pool to grow oversized because that will screw up the balancing. So yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna do that exactly. I'll figure that out as well. I'll figure all these things out. It'll all make sense someday. Like Mark Lander said, going in the right direction. Thank you, Mark Lander. Where was it? The place where we are checking for event points. I'll just say what. So I'll keep track of event points pool. So it's like passive points counter. Oops. Counter equals I don't know, like, oh no, I'll just say passive points time equals 0. Actually no, okay, instead I'll say passive points cooldown equals yeah, no, whatever, passive points time will equals 0. No, that's weird. No, but I guess there's not really a better way to. How do I set this up? Yeah, no, okay, so passive. So cooldown equals. Was it? I was thinking like 15 minutes is fine. 10 minutes? 10 minutes? 15 minutes? 15 minutes? 15 minutes, I guess. So 15 minutes we decided was 900 points, or 900 seconds. So passive points time will equal time plus passive points cooldown. Yep. And then when we're doing the events, whatever, we'll say if passive points time is less than frame time. We'll do, this is where we'll add the passive points, and we'll say passive points time equals frame time plus, why does it stutter? Why does it stutter? Oh, the game?